Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new freaking episode with me, Jazz Hands. Guys, welcome back. Welcome freaking back. Truthfully, I didn't think we'd be back, you know. I mean, I knew we certainly wouldn't be front, but I didn't know we would be back. I mean, I knew we'd return for the audio version of the podcast because there was never any question or doubt as to our consistency. But with the camera, you know, I didn't think the camera would continue on because I looked at the last episode and I said, you know what, son, you know, Tristan, this just isn't working out, right? You upload the footage, it's too grainy, it doesn't look right, it's not sharp, you know, everything's washed out, it's blown out of proportion, you know, just maybe it's just not worth it. The quality of the setup, maybe just wait and put a pin in until it's just good enough. And then I just said, why is my conscience Southern? And then it replied and it said, well, you know, you grew up in the South for a little bit and you found a lot of moral values, you know, back at home during your time down there. So, you know, I guess I just sort of developed this accent and carried on through your adult life. So I guess we're just going to keep on going with that. And I said, well, I can't argue with the logic. So I listened to myself and I said, you know what, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to post I posted that. I said, I'm not going to record another one because it's very grainy and it doesn't look that great. The setup isn't that awesome. I mean, and it looks really good right here. Like while I'm recording it, I look at myself and go, "Dang, that's freaking crispy as all chicken nuggets." What's this, Chick-fil-A? But when it gets into everything and into the post, it doesn't look right. It doesn't look good. So I thought, no, not again. We're not gonna do it again. But then everyone else was like, "Dude, you're beautiful. You're gorgeous. We got to see more. We got to see more of you." And I thought, okay. You know what? If you want it, you got it. It is what it is. I mean, it doesn't take more energy or effort from me to turn it on, right? To just record this. The facial expressions and the hand gestures, they're there anyway. This is just me in my booth talking to myself no matter what. So it doesn't really take much more to record. So if you want it, you got it. That's what it is. That's what we're going to do today. But we're back. We're back, and I've kind of fixed the lighting. I tried to. I've got a mouse and a keyboard now on the floor if I got to do any quick, you know, poking and editing or whatever. I wish I had another crutch to put that crap on so I don't have to keep trying to step on it. But it is what it is. It is what it is. It's got a big learning curve. We're going to figure it out eventually. But hey, we're doing it though. We're doing it. We are enjoy. That's all I can say is enjoy. You know, I'm rocking a little denim real quick, you know, like a jacket made out of denim. I had an audition I had to do, and I had to go and pick this thing up. You know, I had to pick this thing up because I want to look a little fresh for it. You know, maybe I could have used an iron, but I know what you're thinking. Maybe this is a $15-$20 jacket. Wrong-o. 25 cents. Got it from the thrift shop. But you know, I try to look my best for one of these auditions, and yeah, auditions are great. The one thing I have noticed recently is the drop off, because I do some freelance as well. The drop off from like professional auditions to some of the freelance things are a little bit less rounded. You know, especially when you go into like voiceover, you'll get the script and the commercial, the copy, and I'll go in to look at it and read it, and I'm like, okay, the duck flies at mood. What is this sentence? There's no commas, there's no periods, no question marks, there's just nothing. I'm just like, what's going on here? I say, hey, people out there who write these freelance auditions, a little grammar, huh? Help me out a little bit, okay? Goes a long way. So yeah, if you go and do that, and then you go to one of these auditions, you're like, wow, everything's way more polished through it. So it is what it is, though. It's cool. This was a bad idea. I shouldn't have buckled. I shouldn't have buttoned this jacket up right now. It's so hot, dude. I am hot right now. And I know everyone's like, yeah, but I mean temperature. Like I'm burning up today in the podcast. And I got a hat on too because my hair can't stop falling down. It can't stop falling down. And I know that's kind of the style. Look, it's like the messy, crappy hair. a lot of times you'll see people online or these Instagram or TikTok people like they're getting paid millions of dollars to look stupid, and they're like, wow, messy hair it's in. This is what's in, dude. This freaking crap hair, and this is just how my life has always been. People are gonna look at me like, wow, you're trying to be like one of these gems these days. No, I'm like, no, I'm really not. You think I woke up this morning and I just chose to look like an idiot? Okay, my hair is a wild stallion, out of the freaking decades, centuries of Italian genes coursing through me. The wild stallion cannot be tamed. It cannot be combed at all. I've been to an acting thing before, and they're getting all the makeup and stuff. They're trying to comb my hair, and they're just like, zah, zzz. They're just pulling my. They can't do anything. They're like, what did you put in this cement? Like, I'm sorry, So I don't know what the deal is with people trying to make their hairstyle like me these days, but just like, don't try and make being stupid a cool thing, okay? Being stupid is my thing, right? And then I will make it cool on my own, but in an ironic way, but like not cool because it's cool, but like cool because it's like, wow, he's freaking not afraid to look like that. It's not a good look, and I don't know why people are doing it, but it is what it is, really. Who can stop the trends go and they pass, and it is what it is. But yeah, what else is going on? Not much. I mean, it really has been the freelance, the auditions, just going back and forth. Got those emails. I got emails all the time. I love checking my email, dude. For real, I really do. I used to never ever check my email. Until I was in college. I was in college, and you learn how important the email really can be, right? So I was doing it was an acting class for a theater thing, and they sent out a schedule of emails the week before or 3 days before or whatever. And they're like, okay, these groups are going at this time, these groups are going at this time, here's your time slot. And I hadn't checked my email for 3 days or whatever it was, and I went in thinking my slot was at 10:30 or whatever. Like, you don't even need to show up. You can show up later, and it is what it is. So I don't. I wait until my slot goes, because why would I go to watch someone else perform? Don't care about these scrubs. I'm joking. If anybody's out there, you guys had a beautiful performance. But they adjusted the email, while I wasn't watching, while I wasn't checking my email the night before, though. So even if I had checked my email, it was the night before. And I hadn't checked that. So I'm sitting there waiting in the room, waiting for my turn, like, okay, they should come back in here and pick us up, right? They should pick up our team, and we'll go and perform. No one comes. And the room is filled with people. I'm not the only one. The room is filled with people. We get the email. Someone finally checks their email close to lunchtime. Like, holy crap! They changed all the time slots. Everyone's different. So like, what? So we get up and we book it. Freaking 30 people. We book it into this auditorium, and there's like a quarter of the class is there. Like, where has everybody been? They didn't show up. It's like, you can't adjust. And then we got in super mad, mega trouble. Like, wow, you're not gonna take this seriously? You're not gonna be a professional, huh? Show up on time or do whatever? I'm like, you didn't even send this email to a half an hour before class, right? So what if I was using an iPod at the time connected to the school Wi-Fi. Like, I didn't even have like a phone that was up to date that could check the email in the first place. So that was one of the reasons that made me learn to always check your email 10 times a day. Another thing was, with college classes, they can get canceled. There's not usually subs, or at least I didn't have to experience any. As in high school, the guy, something happens to the teacher, sub comes in, blah, blah, blah. But in here, your professor doesn't show up, class is free. But you don't know about that unless you check your email. Now, the unfortunate part of this was where I had to park as a freshman was like 2 miles away from my classes that I need to go to, and it was already a 20-minute drive. So now I've driven 20 minutes. I drove 20 minutes. I got there. I parked right after 20 minutes from my house to the school. Parked 20 minutes flat, and then I got to walk 2 miles through the cold in the rain, just to get there and sit in the hallway, finally soaking wet, exhausted, and kind of a little bit frustrated. I sit down, and I'm just waiting. 15 minutes go by. 20 minutes go by. And then someone other than me, another fool who doesn't check their email often, finally decides to check his email. And he says, oh, shoot, class has been canceled. Now I've been waiting there for about an hour, right, of the total time. If I would have just checked they canceled it this morning. If I would have just checked my email, I would have never had to go through all that pain and trouble. So it just goes to show, always check your email. And ever since I've had, once you get punished and you get slapped in the face many times for not checking your email, you learn to check your email. And now I love getting emails, usually because it's auditions and stuff like that. But still, it's always been beneficial for me to find, good things, little gems, whatever shows up. What else goes on? I wish I had my notes on the actual screen, right? I got the editing and I got the recording and blah blah blah. And if I would have thought about it before I hit record, I could have put the notes on there. But I didn't. I didn't think about it. I just hit play because we just go into this shining. So now I do have a little bit of notes, right? I do have some things I can talk about and reference if I don't know what I was going to talk about beforehand. Look at that. Look at my setup. Look at that. If you can see. And I understand I'm referencing the visual cues right now of the podcast. And if you're only listening to the audio version, just go along with it, right? Because that's what life's all about. Just going along with it and pretending you know what's happening even when you don't. That's what I do all day. I have no idea what's going on. I don't even know what I had for breakfast. Tuna salad? Just kidding. I have no idea. But that's what I mean. Anyways, that's me. And, wait, is this the freaking... Oh, this is the rear... I've been doing the freaking rear-facing camera. Look, there's the set... this isn't working at all. But you can see that there is a very unique kind of setup going on here. Listen, we're learning, okay? If I'm not supposed to pull out my phone and show you what's going on in the middle of the setup, then, I won't. But it is my show, so I will do as I please. Anyways, what else has been going on? I was watching UFC. I was watching the UFC, the Conor McGregor fight, and guy broke his ankle just standing there, really. I know they said he kind of broke his ankle doing a kick to the guy's shin, and he checked it, and then he stepped on it, and his ankle just kind of folded under him, and he's like, he whiffed, and then it broke it, and it was rough to see. It's always rough to see these guys who hurt themselves like on one of their own attacks. I don't know if that's bad form. I don't know much about UFC at all. Okay, so I don't know if they just need to drink more milk. You need some more calcium in you, or bad form, or I don't know. Is it a bone density thing? Is it a technique? I have no idea. But it always looks painful to watch somebody hit someone so hard that their body breaks. Like, is the other guy built of stone? Or I don't know. I really don't know, and I would like to know. But it's crazy. And then after you watch one of those fights, then all of my YouTube things are just filled with recommendations of just, oh, the UFC guy, his leg snaps in half. Dude's arm comes off. Wow, this guy, his eye, he's blind now. And I'm like, dude, this is a lot. This is pretty bad. And yeah, dude, internet recommendations are crap. They suck. At least for me, they do. Even without the UFC, I'll just get random stuff. Like on Twitter. Twitter's one of the things it's like, very well written. Not well written, but it's all, it can be very thoughtful and emotional. Instead of Instagram, it's like a picture, or YouTube, it's a thumbnail or whatever. But it'll give me Twitter recommendations of people. For whatever reason, I have no idea why it recommends this to me, but it'll just say, oh, recommended for you, dude's dad died. It's just some random guy. I don't even know who this is. He's just like, oh, yeah, I work in accounting or something, and my dad died. And I'm like, oh, I mean, it sucks for this guy, but why? Like, what did I click on that made this app think that's what I like to consume from my content? Like, that's what I really wanted to see. Most of my stuff is Browns, right? Cleveland Browns. And then my recommendations will just be filled with like, oh man, dude, dad died. Oh my gosh, car got stolen last night, got robbed, whatever. Life sucks. Oh, I'm so depressed. I'm like, dude, why the depressing news, huh? Like, why do I just got freaking random stuff all the time of just nothing good? So I don't know what it is about internet recommendation. I don't know if anybody else has that, but my stuff always sucks. Another thing, so I have this news app on my phone. It'll, it gives me the news, right? But it's not all bad. Sometimes it's crime, sometimes it's not. But the thing about it is, a lot of it is crime. You learn just how much crime is in your area. I don't know if I've talked about this on the podcast before, but it'll just come up just all day. It'll just be, oh man, 18 found dead underneath a car. Like, I didn't even know you could find 80 people in a car. Oh, dude burns house down. Scroll, another one. 34 people found buried at the beach. Like, what? How do you... Wow, that's kind of impressive. And just more. Oh, dude, guy dies. Dude just dies. Spontaneously combusts. I'm like, what? And it's just really, it's sad and it's depressing to watch, that happen every 5 minutes. And I wish I would delete the app. But the funny thing about that app is that it'll say that, right? It'll be like, oh man, guy accidentally runs himself over with lawnmower, and I'm like, how did that happen? And then right after that, you're like, oh dang, and he dies obviously, and then it'll say, new TV deal at Best Buy. Like they got an ad, they got a sponsorship, but it's not. It doesn't say it's an ad. That's just their headlines. It's like, wow, guy dies right underneath it. New TV deals at Best Buy. So it's like if you're watching the news and they said, and coming up at 5, we're going to talk about that house fire. We're up here. It looks like the cause was a blow dryer, and 8 people seem to have died inside the house. But now we want to talk about our sponsor, Best Buy, right? We've got a certain deals, TV under $500, 65 inches, super 8K, unbelievable deals. So it's just head on down to Best Buy, your local store, and get yourself one now. So anyways, yeah, these poor people burnt to a crisp. And it's just, I was like, what's going on? And the other thing is that they always talk about the TVs like it's been going on for like 2 months, right? It's like, unbelievable deal so good, it had to have been a mistake. If it was a mistake, stop posting about it for 2 months. It's just, they keep going. And I'd be lying if I haven't clicked on it. And yeah, the deals are true. The deals are good. But rest in peace to those people who have died. But they got zero respect. They got zero respect for the dead. What else happened? I gotta keep on pulling my phone out and check it, and every time I look at it, I look at the notes. I don't even remember what I just saw. Depressing news. Depressing. It's all depressing. News is just sad in general. Amber alerts aren't good either. I mean, they're good and helpful, but I mean, do people get Amber alerts from like across the country or just really far away? Because I do. I get Amber alerts from places like New Jersey or deep in New York. It'll just in the middle of the night, 3 a.m. like New Jersey Ford Fiesta Silver. Like that's like they kidnapped a kid or whatever, and I'm just like, wow, that sucks. But unfortunately, it's not really in my area. What do you want me to do with that? It's like, it's not something you can just broadcast to the whole world, because I can't, like, what am I supposed to do? Go out to the street in Ohio and just be like, oh, with the silver Ford Fiesta, that could have been, put the dots connected to that? Like, do you know how many silver Ford Fiestas are going to be pulling over state to state to state, 500 miles away? So I don't know what these Amber Alerts are all about, but they're not super helpful. I mean, maybe if there was in Ohio, it'd be better. Or maybe it was ready. I don't even know. My point is, it's depressing. And that's why I wanted to bring it up on the podcast, a comedy podcast. I wanted to talk to you about all the horrible things that happen in the world. Crap, dude. That was all the notes I had. I just said everything that I had to say because I didn't know, because I kept forgetting what I was going to say in the first place, and I just kept rambling and going on through all the notes, and then I copied all of them. So now I don't even know what I'm going to talk about. Oh my, dude, it's hot. It's so hot in here. It's like a sauna, but like without the fun. It's just burning alive. I don't know, dude. It's been hot. It hasn't been hot. It's been hot. Dude, it rains. I talked about it on the last episode. Don't worry, I'm not gonna like fully derobe. Like I said, like I record the show with my shirt off, but now I keep some fabrics on. I always try to make sure I have at least a little bit. Uh-oh. Something just happened. Wait. Hold on. We have technical difficulties. If you can see what's happening, if this is still going, please do not click off. We are in the middle of something serious right now. Okay, we seem to be okay. I gotta get the hat off, guys. Listen, if you don't mind, I'm just having so many technical difficulties right now. If you're like scrubbing through, if you're like going through the little bottom bar, you're like, dude, why like halfway through the show he just starts derobing out of nowhere? It stopped, okay? It stopped. Don't worry. But yeah, what else has been going on? Nothing much, dude. I just ordered so much crap off Amazon, always, and I have no money. I have no money. The funny thing is, though, the guy, so I like to go and play some basketball just like around high noon, and we have just a basketball hoop out there, and I'll just go be playing basketball. I'm icy, I'm dropping 3-pointers, and I'm doing good. I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I'm pretty. I can give it a little bit. You know, I could freaking do some stuff out there. And actually, fun fact: back in high school, we I was called Buckets McGee because I freaking got buckets. Now, granted, I was homeschooled and I lived on a 90+ street, so the championship wasn't hard to win, like literally broken ankles. Mrs. Henderson, sorry, rest in peace. But, we freaking tore it up, you beat the competition that you got. So we won. We do what we had to do. But anyways, I'll be out there like in the middle of the day just dribbling, dropping threes. And I always have my shirt off, and my gut's just kind of hanging out. I'm just, because we live at a dead end, it's okay to let the gut out and just do what you got to do. So I'm just sitting there dropping threes, and all of a sudden, UPS guy pulls up behind me. And it doesn't matter what time I go out there to do this, he just shows up. He just shows up out of nowhere. So I'll just be sitting there dropping threes, and the guy shows up, and I'm like, oh shoot. And then, for some reason, I'm like, oh shoot, I got to shoot. I got to do something here. I got to make a basket. I got to look cool in front of this guy, Mr. UPS man, who's bringing me my gear that I just ordered. I got to look cool. So I'm like making sure he's looking, and I swing it, miss. Every single time they pull up, listen, I like to think I have ice in my veins, okay? When the moment comes down to it, I think that I really step up to the plate and I shine. But for whatever reason, mail carriers just get to me, right? Every time I try to make a good play when they're watching, I miss. It's an air ball, and then I become airball McGee, and everybody's laughing. So I keep trying it. And I've ordered so many things, as I've said on this podcast. So I've had so many shots, and now I would honestly prefer if they just didn't even show up while I was out there, but they somehow do. They figure it out. But I'm like, okay, well, if we're going to do it, here we go. We're going to try it again. Dead squirrels. Died. It's just it's tough. It's tricky, and I wish that I knew how to deal with it or deal with the pressure, but these UPS guys just have a way of getting to you. Honestly, I might just end the show early. I'm so out of it. I'm out of notes, and I'm out of time, and I'm hot, and I don't know what I'm doing. I think this has been a good show. I really have no idea. I wish I had something. What else did I want to talk about? So the air balls, air buckets, missing shots. That's really all it is. It's really all it is. I've been whiffing big time. Oh, you want to know something funny? So this was another factor of that story real quick. So I was trying to give myself a haircut, not a haircut, but like right around here, just trim my sideburns and do a little shave. And when he's using hair clippers, right? And I'm looking at it into the mirror, I'm leaning forward, and I got these things, and they're just kind of resting on the counter, and I lean my stomach into it, and all of a sudden it shaves my belly fur. So it's even more so when I'm out there just shooting, this guy pulls up on this guy who's just in the middle of the day, he's not working, not doing anything, just hanging bare gut out, it's not like I'm like shredded, he got abs or something. He's just like, I'm just hanging, shaving gut out there, missing threes. So that's really all they say. They're like, oh, I enjoy your freaking package, dude. But anyways, I think that's it. I think we're just gonna end this show. I'm gonna work on writing notes. Maybe this is a little bit tricky to look at this, or I guess this has happened a lot. I've always burnt through my notes pretty fast. Anyways, guys, thanks so much for listening. This is the end of the show. We're just gonna end it. I don't even know. There's so many. I don't even know where the mouse is anymore. I threw all my clothes down on the ground. Guys, thanks so much for listening. I'll see you on the next episode. If this has been good, I wouldn't even know it.